Hello.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm okay. We have, what is it? A
We have
Aquarius?
a solar eclipse, new moon in Aquarius,
Why?
lunar new year for the fire horse.
Mm-hmm.
Mardi Gras is today, and Ramadan begins at sundown.
That's a lot going
Tomorrow
on.
is Ash Wednesday. I didn't realize that. Tomorrow, the sun enters Pisces. So the eclipse was 7 a.m. on the East Coast, 4 a.m. your time and West Coast. You see all the flooding going on in California,
No, I missed that.
Hollywood. Yeah, it's really bad.
I need to
So,
that up.
yeah. So, yes. So, the month of February gets really even more chaotic because we know Aquarius rules electricity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's ruled by Uranus. The god of Uranus was the god of the skies. So that is, thunder and lightning from the skies, which creates electricity. That's airlines and aviation. So we might see more going on about rocket ships and airplanes and airline travel, those kinds of things. Eclipses trigger energy. So it builds a lot of pressure with that configuration. And there's more planets in Aquarius as well. We have Pluto, Mars, along with the moon and sun, all in Aquarius. So that is revolution, evolution, devolution. That is that is change for humanity, is what it
Mm-hmm.
is. And like we were talking before we came on, it's this tiresome, exhaustive kind of spread out energy where there's just not enough time, and you just feel like you're pedaling your tricycle as fast as you can and you're not getting anywhere, and there's still a mountain of stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
And there's definitely weather patterns that are monumentous here. They're watching the um, earthquake activity in Yellowstone Park. Um, you said it was kind of unusual where your weather temperatures have been. Here on the East Coast, we've had a solid 2 weeks of under 20 degrees all day, all night, which is, I can't remember the last time. I think it was maybe the late 70s when we had that much of
That's
a cold
really
snap,
cool.
but
Yeah.
not for such a long period of time. So, this kind of energy is big on weather patterns. So, we're going to see a lot of disruptive kinds of patterns. And it's also about what else do we have here? We have another stellium in Pisces. Stelliums are when three or more planets are in the same sign. So we have Venus, North Node, and Mercury all in Pisces right now. Mercury is slowing down. It will be going retrograde, I think, in about a week. I looked that up. Let's see where it is. Uh, so it's a lot of chaos kind of energy in the atmosphere. I've been headachy. Let's see. So Mercury goes retrograde on February the 26th
Mm.
and goes direct on March the 20th. So there's your Mercury retrograde dates, February 26th to March the 20th. And
Wow.
uh, in Pisces. So that's sort of the space cadet. That's where you can't quite put together what you're thinking to come across the tongue and out your mouth in the same way. There's a disconnect. Um, but this sort of Aquarius Pisces like energy is very representative of spirituality, spiritual awakenings. Um, The other big news along with this eclipse is a Saturn Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees of Aries. So this is a historic kind of configuration, and the last time that it happened was in March of 1703.
Hmm.
So if you and the transit itself anytime lasts for 36 years. So it's been in other signs, but I specifically wanted to know when was the last time that was in Aries. So
Mm-hmm.
Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is the god of war. So that's where you see all of these infighting and fractions of people, you know, with all of their different angles and arguments. It's an argumentative, agitated kind of feeling, and it's exact. So it's a few degrees away right now. But let's see, I was going to see exactly when it was exact. It's exact on April 13th. So we're within a degree of it now. They move very slow, right? So
Mm-hmm.
by
April.
April 13th, it'll be an exact conjunction of Saturn Neptune at 0 degrees. And we know 0 degrees are anaretic degrees. Anytime a planet is at a 0 degree, it intensifies its nature. So this
So
is,
what do you think? Do you think that there might be some
well,
world stage stuff or
I do. And when you look in history about what happened in 1703, 1704, you had something that was dubbed the Great Storm. It was a cyclone in England. It it swept through parts of Wales and England, and of course, records that far back are sort of vague, but anywhere from 8,000 to 15,000 people died.
mm-hmm.
And so that's a water event. Aries is fire, so I think you're going to see increased kinds of fire events, explosions, um, earthquakes, erupting, that kind of thing. Um, so then there was also, when you look back in 1703, there were different wars that were happening. But that's sort of the nature of medieval times, right? Everybody
Mm-hmm.
was fighting over religion or territory. And gosh, doesn't that kind of ring true now? It's weird, What's that saying? The more things change, the more they stay the same. And before anybody gets like really anxious or freaked out about, you might hear an elevated sort of tone in my energy because this is opposite my Leo sun, so I am more animated about this eclipse and these configurations in Aries that would be trining my sun. So there's an anticipation, and what I want to emphasize here is your basics in spiritual practice. Your breath, your nutrition, your rest, your positive affirmations, positive prayer, your tea rituals, being firm in your basics while humanity goes through this evolution, which is what it is. Humanity is changing. And so when it comes to fractions warring over religious beliefs or what land who owns, or AI is bringing up a whole moral kind of conversation. Pluto is about our morals and our values in a society. So I mean, it's already started, and this is only going to intensify. And so don't don't let the fear overtake you is my message. It's like, know your basics, know you're grounded to nature and your essence. And so taking care of taking care of your vibration. Like if you're feeling, shortness of breath and feeling anxious, what is it you need to do? Everybody has a different way of decompressing.
Mhm.
It's like,
Mhm.
um, right now, it's not a great time for gardening or digging in the dirt, but certainly that is an outlet. Some people go to the gym or take a walk or simply, curl up with your cat and read a book. So, whatever it takes for you to decompress. Um, uh, and someone's asking, do you think it may be a weather event only, not a possible pandemic? Okay, so
Mhm.
weather events are part of this energy. It's not the only thing. The whole idea about a pandemic, in my personal opinion, is it's a psychological operation. The way we were manipulated during COVID, certificate of vaccination identification that was patented in 2019 when that virus didn't come out into public till 2020. So that tells me it was manufactured. It was some sort of way to control population, maybe even depopulate. So, again, take what you hear in the mainstream media with a grain of salt. I also remind people Aquarius is about humanity. So, as this whole world evolves and corruption in government and our representation comes out of the closet to be purged and cleared up, it's going to come down to hubs within communities. So know your neighbors, have rapport with your neighbors, and especially, the elderly or disabled or you know, the weak in society. There's going to be that whole sort of, you know, we need to take care of each other. That's what humanity is, not the I have it, you don't, or that competitive sort of, I have mine, screw you. I don't care if you have yours or not. As farming and agriculture is also under this bailiwick of Saturn. So, supporting local farmers, um, and not being afraid to stand up and say no. That's a big one here. Say no to your, local representatives who are trouncing on our rights as just being human, and we've all very easily just sort of passively trusted in a corrupt system that does not look out for our best. As far as medical industry and any kind of medical thing, I think there's always, and it's only going to get stronger, a trend towards getting back to natural medicine. Not that that can heal everything, but we need to be aware of our own body and let it speak to us, because um, doctors are like falling out of the industry like crazy. I mean, they don't want to be part of the machine either, but it's too expensive to be insured and have the overhead to hang out a shingle like the old days and just be in their own practice.
In their own
So
practice.
it's,
So
um,
it's
I hear feedback now.
feedback.
What makes that
Yeah, I
happen?
feel like when you were talking about the doctor, then it kind of, it had a little.
I hate when that happens. It's distracting. I
Are
don't
you
know.
still getting the feedback?
I wonder,
I wonder
does it
if
help if I go out and come back
I
in
go
thing
out
to
and thing,
reconnect?
reconnect.
You can try.
I'm going to try that because I'm not sure how that comes off to people listening,
Comes
but
off to people listening,
it
but
sounds weird to me. But let
sounds
me
weird
just
to me. But
disconnect.
Yeah, I'm not getting
Disconnect.
feedback, so it must be just on your side.
Okay, let me try this. I'll be right
okay, let
back.
me try this. I'll be right back.
Okay. Do do do. Hello, everyone. Hmm. I hope everyone is doing well. Today has been a busy day. Let's see here.
Okay. So, well, it's still happening. Well, I'm almost finished with our little blog of the whole article is at lionmountainhealing.com. If you want more specifics, but my message is chaos. We are changing as a society, humanity, to know your basics, your breath, sleep, nutrition, gentle exercise, and mindfulness. Know yourself. Know your body. Know what you need when you need it, and honor that. And don't let fear take over. Fear is ego. Worried it's going to have to leave the body. It'll play all kinds of games with you. So trust your instincts and know the value of your own convictions and stand your ground. And that, I think, is what helps us sort of navigate this very wild ride, really. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Well,
could always use a little stability.
Yes, and let's see. We got Mercury retrograde on the 25th. Some places the 26th. And the full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo is March the 3rd. So we're in eclipse season. This is an annular solar eclipse. And the full moon will be a full lunar eclipse with the moon in a couple of weeks.
And that's on the 3rd.
In Virgo. And so that's picky energy. It's a nervous energy. So striving for perfection and getting frustrated when things aren't perfect. So that's recognizing there's no such thing as perfect. And I just think this energy is about really tuning into yourself, knowing yourself well, and knowing the cues. And if you're breathing in a shallow way and your monkey mind is sort of, making you think of things in worst case scenario that haven't even happened, you got to rein that in. Moment, stay in a positive, high vibration, and help others around you with the same, because people who are lesser spiritually interested in metaphysics or vibrations of energy, I think part of our role is to help bring the calm to, you can almost see it in people's faces sometimes that they're just panicked, and they sit in front of the TV and believe everything they hear from the news media, and everything is a crisis. Another thing that I'm reminded of is every generation is the same fears. Nuclear issues, economic collapse, war, health, So, and each generation seems to survive, and I think the point here is to thrive. There's an authenticity trying to break through on all levels, so purging out what is old and doesn't serve you as a good mental exercise, and be an expectation of the corruption in our government that's been shoved down our throat for decades,
decades
that gets purged and we see the truth.
we see the truth.
So I've always thought that Aquarius Leo axis is about the truth, your heart and the truth. So
So
Uranus is shocking.
Uranus is shocking.
So I think we've already heard rumblings of shocking things, and I think we're only at the beginning of that.
So from here until the end of March, and possibly up until April, because it sounds like it's going to be one thing after another, where there's like this scattered energy and learning how to maneuver or make the best out of this situation, because it's not the energy where you get a whole pass and you get to sit this one out. Like, you're going to have to go through it. It's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's like, how can you best go through the situation, given the situation or circumstances that you're going to be dealt with. And that's a little bit difficult for some people, like.
Yes, and it's April 13th.
Yeah.
The Saturn Neptune 0° Aries conjunction is exact. So we are applying to it. We are moving into it, but it's not exact until the middle of April, and that's when it's the crescendo. That is the crescendo. So it'd be very interesting.
Well, I would have to agree with you that now's the time. If you don't know how to meditate and go inwards and not let your external circumstances affect you, you might have a harder time of when that time comes to
being very emotional and upset to a degree you've never been upset before. That's why, it comes down to the basics. If you have nourishment and you're well rested, you're ahead of the game, right?
Right. That makes sense.
Hydration.
Okay.
The really simple things.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good.
Yeah, it's an exciting time, and in astrology, it's believed we choose the time we're born. So we've chosen to be here at this point in human history to see this evolution of humanity.
Mm-hmm. I have to agree.
One of the other, spiritual theories that has been around many, many decades is looking into these coming years is the slow shifting of the Earth's axis. For 1,000 years, it's been a negative polarity, which is very masculine. I'm sorry, positive polarity is masculine, and shifting into a negative polarity, which is feminine. So we've been slowly shifting into this feminine energy, and that masculine energy is a great deal of ego. And on so many levels, when the ego thinks it's losing something, it fights. It fights to stay alive. It fights to, be the best and have the most, and that competitive edge. Spiritually, you only need enough ego to tell you when you're hungry. That's the role, but it gets way out of hand. And if you don't watch your mind, watch your thoughts, then you can, I think, to a certain degree, you deceive yourself. I mean, we are all living, breathing, loving vibrations of light. And we are here to help others lift up from that argumentative, warring kind of masculine energy. We have a more nurturing, loving, feminine kind of society. We're at that end of it. It's like till hold on. But so we're sort of caught here in this weird envelope almost of waiting for it to finally be fully into a feminine vibration. And I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but that's how I've always looked at it.
No. So earlier today, I did the twin flame reading, and at the very end, the spirit animal was lion spirit.
Oh.
So the lion spirit is about it's about self what was it? Feeling like sometimes how Leo feels like they're not good enough or they're not deserving enough, and then sometimes Leo spirit is like they're over giving and they want to, please everyone, or they want to be there for everyone, but in return, it's not to get gratification of receiving something back in return. You can only give what you really want to give or what you can give. You don't give if you don't have anything to give, because if you don't, then you would have resentment towards that person. Like, oh, well, they don't give a fucking shit. I went above and beyond and they don't care, and that's not how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to do it, with loving kindness and not expect anything, because that loving energy is it's almost like contagious. It's to help spread, like, true loving vibrations. And then even if you don't get it back from the person, you would get it back in a different way. So I think that for the feminine energy, they were supposed to go deep within and know what they can do and what they can control is what they can do. Not so much of like giving towards like a masculine energy if the masculine energy isn't there to give back in return. So the feminine can only do it for themselves, because they're more mature. They're not looking for outside validation, and they're just doing it because that's who they truly are. That's their true nature. And what I saw from the masculine energy is that they're still in the 3D. They haven't connected with spirit. So that's still a fucking issue that I have an issue with this masculine collective, is that they're still like focused on what's in front of them. And then if they were to connect with spirit, they would receive like downloads, or messages, of what they really need to work on within themselves. It's like they have the idea, but they don't know how to go about it because they're not fully connected with spirit. But the feminine energy, they get it, but sometimes they kind of lose track, of where their true place is. Yeah. So there's that imbalance of energy that's going on right now. So like what you said earlier, to just like meditate, just really like look inwards, go within, nourish yourself, do whatever you need to do in order to keep you, good, so that outside situations won't affect you. I think is the best way to do it. Because if you let that energy come towards you and you don't know how to handle it, it's gonna fuck you up. Like, I don't know how else to say it.
And that's sort of the shifting that we're in.
Yeah, but it seems like it's not gonna just be now. This is going to trickle on for the next month or two, or maybe even longer. But for now, yeah, it looks like it's extended. It's here to stay, and until we learn the lesson,
right,
we don't get to graduate.
So until we learn how to assimilate with that chaos and not let it drive us into manic kind of mindset. It's having those healthy boundaries, knowingness, so that you're not not having,
having,
what I want to say, like mental,
what I would say, like
many
mental
mental breakdowns, or
breakdown.
breakdowns, or
the price of gas, or
price of
you know, what I
gas,
mean, like taking everything in stride and
taking stride
having
and
knowingness that we're
knowing
getting
this,
through
getting
some
through
tremendous
some
historical
tremendous
kinds of
historical
cycles
kinds of
to get to
cycles
a better place.
to get to a place.
Yeah, but it looks like it's going to take work. It's not like you listen to it and you roll with the punches. Like
What's that
there's
saying?
some work.
Saying,
What's that saying?
what's that saying?
Listen to it, but don't absorb it.
Don't absorb it.
Yeah. Observe,
Right.
but don't absorb.
Like
That's what it is.
the observer.
Observe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And that's challenging when you're just trying to keep the lights on and the water running, and especially when the weather causes you some kind of loss or disaster. I mean, it's really chaotic times, and that's what Uranus ruling Aries is all about.
All right. Well, we got to stay grounded.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They don't have a good grasp of their energy, then I would say, yeah.
And what society historically has done is pushed a synthetic drug on people. So
Mhm.
our guest says for people with mental health conditions, will this period be really bad for their minds? They'll be very challenged. And unfortunately, our society has this pattern of just give them a pill, numb them out, or drugs. Like if it's not a prescription drug, drink and get numb some other way, and it's sad. It's really sad, and I think there's a lot of purging to come for just that kind of value system. There's only now becoming a recognition of how poorly served mental health needs are in our society. So coming out in the end of this cycle with a more feminine energy is a given that there will be more support and more nurturing for people who have weakened kinds of I don't know if I want to say like immune systems or traumas that have affected them mentally. It could be chemical, it could be medical. So first we have to own up to recognizing the failure of society, for taking care of people who have greater need, and not being so selfish and egotistical about gathering all of your stuff, and having the most stuff and getting the new stuff, and that new consumerism kind of mentality is coming to an end. There will always be people there in their ego, waiting for the latest issue, whatever. But I think a society as a whole, globally, it is shifting towards that humanitarian. We've got to help each other because the earth is shifting, and we're on it and having to respond to it, whether that's emotionally or through patterns. So we have to be able to count on ourselves for that stability that we're looking for. The masculine energy is always about
always about
someone
someone
for you,
for you, like
that kind of exchange,
that
whereas
exchange, whereas
feminine is about your intuition, your instinct, right?
instinct,
And
right?
developing
And
that so you
developing
can
that, so you
ask yourself,
ask yourself,
for your answers.
for your answers.
And I think people in metaphysics, card reading, astrology, our goal is really to just help people get in touch with those parts of themselves. It's not like someone else can tell you what's going to happen to you, but we can have tools that help us understand our own inner movings and instincts.
Yeah.
So I pulled out for the Aquarius eclipse, the Aquarian Tarot.
Mhm. And then for me, I'm using the numerology deck
So,
just because I don't have an Aquarian deck.
so we've got a real recipe of fortuitous times too, because there's a really nice Jupiter trine to this Venus Mars North Node that people have a lot of opportunity out there. It's just staying positive and seeing it, not seeing the negative and the worst. I seem to run into people, and it seems like they just always look for like the worst thing that could happen, and you're like, flip that around. Expect the best. Take little steps to follow that goal or that dream you have.
I would say so. I think it's like situational for everyone.
It is.
Yeah. I have completion for Aries.
And the Five of Cups.
So maybe Aries is done with feeling sad and alone.
Yes.
Well, maybe it's a good thing, and it's time to kind of move on from this negative energy.
Well, it is a new moon, so it's about new beginnings and new projects and starting fresh. 9 is about completion.
Mm-hmm.
5 is the number of change.
Maybe Aries knows it's time to just get over this negative energy.
And stop trying to hold on to something that is bad for us because we're afraid we don't know what's to come. And there's that fear element that we have to get rid of the fear.
Yeah. So next we have Taurus.
So yeah, I think we still have you'd think I would remember it right now, but Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus still. Some late degrees of it, but that's a really push me pull me kind of energy of feeling restricted, but having a lot of mental energy. What is yours? Patience.
Mm-hmm. Patience.
And I'm the Emperor.
So that's kind of like that Aries energy,
It's very I get like a lot.
Go ahead.
Like push me, pull me, like feeling like a lot of action, but needing to pace ourselves and slow down.
slow down.
Mm-hmm. Like wanting to like move forward, but being held
Feeling
back.
pushed back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah, it definitely feels like they're doing like a few things at once.
and you know, Taurus is all about stop and
It's all
smell the
about
roses.
smell roses.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
So if
I
it's
like it.
something that they want, they have to just, you know, take
Be
their
patient.
time.
Be
Be patient.
patient. Yeah.
You know, I just heard from my sister-in-law that now when you go to the grocery store, if you want those flowers, you can get it for $1 for a bouquet.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Even candy
cool.
too. $1.
I thought you were going to say this
To
trick.
say
If you want a bag, you have to pay a nickel for it.
pay a nickel.
Okay.
Do they do that there?
Do that there?
Uh-uh.
I went to North Carolina Saturday,
Carolina,
just a day
Saturday.
trip, and
Uh-huh.
where I stopped didn't do that. But places around here in Virginia are starting to do that.
In Washington, it's 10 cents.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah. But here, it's free. But they give you the cheap, thin ones. They don't give you the thick plastic one. But yeah, I still like from me being in Washington, I have so many tote bags
yeah,
that I'm so used
Yeah.
to bringing my own.
right.
So
right.
most times I have it, but sometimes I'll just use what they have since it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
So
the
for Gemini,
sun.
I have
The
forgiveness.
sun.
Hmm.
I like that.
I like that.
So maybe Gemini knows that they need to have a bit of forgiveness towards a person, place, or situation.
Well, and the sun in the
And
chart
the
represents our ego, how we perceive the world sees us.
sees us.
So
So
Maybe
maybe, you know, forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for ourselves.
for ourselves.
So maybe Gemini has a little bit of
Gemini
processing to let
let
go of the ego a little bit and do some forgiveness
forgiveness
of a situation or a person.
because it could be about love, but this is definitely in the head. This is more connecting to spirit here. So they're definitely tapped in. So I really feel like Gemini's having like a spiritual moment. And that's actually a
Yes,
good thing,
Yes.
you know,
yes.
especially if they have like the monkey mind mentality sometimes. So next we have Cancer. Oh,
Oh,
patience.
I have Six of Cups.
Six of Cups.
Oh, okay. Maybe you have to wait a little bit, Cancer, for love.
Be patient with your family and friends.
Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Patience is not easy for Cancer.
Not easy for Cancer.
Yeah, they take things pretty hard.
They never let go of anything that didn't have claw marks.
Anything that have claw marks.
But I've always really liked the Six of Cups for, you know, inner well-being and balance.
Being in balance.
Mm-hmm. So maybe this is a decision that Cancer needs to make, you know, to get through like this energy around this time.
Well, I have a Cancer moon in Venus,
and
Cancer rules the stomach, and I can tell you, I have been so hungry
so hungry
for no reason. I'm
too.
just hungry.
I'm just
I just ate like a few hours ago, and I'm hungry.
This morning, it was like 10 o'clock, and I was like, I'm ready for lunch.
I'm ready for lunch.
Hungry.
Hungry.
And then I got
And then
like focused into something, and the next time I looked up, it was like 12:30, quarter to 1. I was like, oh, I get to have lunch. So I don't know what the it's like this energy is so nervous, feeling something. Maybe Cancerians are feeling it in their tummy. I don't know. But it's been a weird.
Cancer is my opposite sign.
Right.
I don't know. it's just-
You always take on something of your opposite side. They're
Mhm.
very tenacious. There's a tenacity about.
I'm hungry now. Give me my food. Yes.
So I had two fall out: the 9 of Rods and the 7 of Cups.
Oh, well, I have love.
Wow, Leo.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe something's coming your way.
Yeah, maybe there's like some choices or decisions, but you're feeling hurt, is what I'm seeing. When it comes to love, you know, those rods is like a barricade of some sort. It's like, should I not?
I think it's the trust issue. I'm having a hard time trusting.
Mm. So that's why there's walls up, is what I'm seeing over there. The 9 of rods.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's options, it looks like.
Well, for this Leo, the options seem to always be married. I just learned something about a lady I know who tends to come off like she has the moral high ground. And I was helping a mutual friend with their health insurance recently, and we were talking, and she was a little perturbed with this mutual friend and sharing with me why. The lady was like thinking she needed an intervention or some sort. I said, hasn't she been dating? You know, isn't she involved with somebody? And this is someone that hasn't had a relationship in a really long time. And I've heard her mention a guy she's dating every once in a while. And I was like, I think she's seeing someone. She's seeing a married guy. Here's the guy. Here's the girl that thinks she's got the answers for everybody. She's got herself involved with a married man, which we all know is
Taboo.
doesn't work. Doesn't work. There's too many people.
Well, I know there's a lot of that in the whole twin flame situation where
Right.
9 times out of 10 they're married.
Well, and you know, that's where this Pluto and Aquarius and value systems in society will get rehashed and debated. The artificial intelligence, and I'm not here to say what's right or wrong. I'm saying that's the energy of Pluto and Aquarius, is value systems being talked about, under focus, that kind of thing. I don't think it's right or wrong. Depends on what end you are in that threesome. You know, it depends on which person you.
I think everyone who is a part of that has like a lesson that they need to learn. So until the lesson is learned, they're in it for a reason, you
Right.
know. So whether or not it's right or not,
And I've known
really
people where
not going to be correct, you know.
it's a perfectly fine
Perfectly
scenario for them. It's exactly what
It's exactly
they
what
want. Everybody, you know. I mean,
it's
just when
just when
it, you know, the third party gets too
the
attached,
first party
like thinking that,
like thinking
That they'll become an item of some sort.
or
you know,
a married person
every person
has an extramarital affair with someone and they do divorce and they get with their affair,
fair
9 times out of 10 they will do it again and they will have an affair with someone else. You know, I mean, that is a pattern of someone's nature. Saying whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, but people act shocked like when that happens, and it's like, well, but you were, you know, why would you think it would be different? That's the ego thinks we can make it different and change someone's nature.
I think it's different. Like in an American culture, that's a normal thing.
Yeah,
But what I've seen is that, like, if it's like a international marital situation, it's really based off of culture. And
right.
surprisingly, different cultures don't even think about those things. It's
Right.
very different. And most times it's a communication blockage, if that were the case, and perceived ideas of what it could be because of, you know, their past. So
Well, I think the thing that stuck out about this particular thing was she holding herself like above reproach, you know, like,
oh, like she is so good, but she's sitting there with the rest, you know.
she's been naughty. Because, you know, I've been wondering, you know, why isn't she, this has kind of been a secretive sort of thing, you know, why isn't it coming out? And now I know.
Mm-hmm.
And he hasn't been around at some of our social gatherings, like over the fall and holidays. And I'm like, well, where's this new boyfriend? He's at home with his wife. Oh, well.
Everyone has a reason to find that either socially acceptable for them,
Right.
but really it's not. They're just making it okay, you know. Yeah, I know a lot of people who say they don't care, but they really do care.
Yeah.
Just saying. So it's ego, right? Like you were talking about ego earlier. Anyway, so for Virgo, I have communication, and that's probably the thing that everyone needs.
I have 4 of Cups.
Oh, okay. They want to communicate that they regret everything, like, or they, because that cup is given to Virgo, but Virgo is not taking it. They're looking at what's in front of them.
Right. Or maybe missing an opportunity or something.
Mm-hmm. They're looking at the 3, not at the 1.
When I see this card, 4 of Cups done this way, where there's a hand coming from the cloud and the cloud is ignoring, it always makes me want to say that when you're out and about, look up, like look up, and you could get some kind of message from what you see. And the way I mean that is like, one time I was in a store and a little voice just said, look up. And I looked up, and whatever I saw on the top shelf on a box gave me an epiphany. It sort of gave me an idea of something I had been wrangling with. It's sort of that take on that movie, Field of Dreams. Guy gets these signs and messages, and a bus goes by. And it says on the side of the bus he has this epiphany to build a baseball field. It's that kind of concept, like allow the universe to give you messages, be open to it. And then Four of Cups, he's looking this way, and then something trying to come to him, just when you're out and about doing your look up, just look up. You don't know what you might see.
You know what my daddy would say?
What?
Down.
Oh, really?
That's where you find money, on the ground.
Okay, yeah.
I kid you not. When my dad does that, he always finds like money on the ground, or he always does. And then one time I went to Walmart and I parked my car, and at that point I looked down and I saw that there was like some stuff like right there, where the edge was, where you park the car up. And I said, what in the world is that? It was a wad of fucking money. I was like, it was just there. And I was like, oh my God. I looked around. I said, what? And it was a lot of money. So it wasn't like 20s or anything like that. It was like 1s, 10s, $5 bills, but it was a lot of it. So that was a good day. And then one time I went to like my community mailbox, and it was raining outside. Nobody was outside. And I found, this was right before Christmas, I found a wet $100 bill on the floor.
Wow.
I looked around. I even went to the leasing office to see if anybody lost their $100 bill. I knock on the door. Nobody was there. So I guess this is my
Finders keepers.
So yeah, look down too while you're at it.
I like that.
Yeah, that's the one story my dad tells me all the time, because he's always lucky like that. And then a few times when I did, lo and behold, I've seen it.
I love it.
Yeah, I know, because it comes when you least expect it.
Right. Wasn't there a saying that if you find, is it a nickel or a dime on the ground that one of your deceased loved ones is trying to communicate to you or something?
Oh, I don't know that saying.
I don't know either.
Today I looked on because I have my meditation thing, and my dad is a coin collector, and I have a picture of my son in a picture frame, and then it had like a coin, for his birth year, like a penny, a nickel, a dime, a $quarter, or a silver dollar, and then a quarter. And I saw that today. So I don't know if that's relevant about like a crossover,
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of peculiar, funny how things work out like that.
Right.
Anyways, I hope it's my grandma.
Yeah. Well, I want to say it's a dime. I want for some reason, because when that's happened, I've always thought it was my dad. I don't know why.
I don't know, because it used to take a dime in the phone booth to make a phone call, right?
Right.
Was there like 2 dimes and a nickel or a quarter?
Right. Now you can't even find a phone booth.
Yeah, and if you put money in there, good luck, because they ain't coming out. It doesn't work. have adventure for Libra.
And King of Cups.
And King of Cups.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Libra.
Yeah, Libra.
Little
A
social
message
butterfly.
Social butterfly.
little drinky drink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good
Now,
time.
what the heck did he
Good
has on
times.
his head? It's very peculiar head thing.
It looks like a crown of olives.
Crown of olives.
Yeah, it looks like eyeballs, but I know it's not
Yeah.
that. Does that look like two eyeballs over there on the ground next to his collar?
Oh, on his shoulder.
His shoulder.
Yeah.
It does.
Does.
Or little rivets or something. I
Little
don't know.
rivets or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is weird.
It is weird.
And his hand around the cup
And
is
his hand around the
proportional
cup
to the rest of his body.
The rest of his body.
Well, he looks sad holding on to the cup, so I don't know what's going on. But we have here 2 5s, and that's change after an ending.
I don't know. I get travel or some kind of adventure.
Mm-hmm. So maybe Libra is going to be talking about going to see their love, but
Trying
they're
to
not happy
decide.
about it. I don't know. It's just looking sad too. Maybe it's not like it. Like there's change in the air. You want to have a sense of adventure, but the person who you're dealing with, the saying is that they act like they love you, but they're not in love.
Right. Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. Right.
Because that man does not look like he's in love. He just has his chalice out there and say, here's my cup.
He's thinking about the girl that got away.
Yeah, and it's about a sense of adventure. Like, where's the adventure in his face? Like, I don't know, he's holding back. That's what that looks like. But hopefully that energy will change. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. We have Scorpio.
Scorpio. Yeah.
Oh, we have forgiveness.
I got two. All swords. I got the 6 of swords and the 10 of swords.
Oh, okay.
So
Forgiving someone from the past, like it's over. It's
moving forward. A lot of mental energy going into this forgiveness for Scorpio.
mm-hmm.
And
they're in their head.
And I want to say they're questioning what's the point.
Right. It's just too much in the head.
It's been very painful, obviously.
Mm-hmm. So maybe you could be thinking about communicating to someone, or maybe this is to yourself.
Or sometimes the 6 of swords is about traveling to something.
Mm-hmm. Or away.
Scorpio is getting really deep in their head.
Yeah, I would say Scorpio, just
let it go.
Yeah. Yeah, ohm it out.
There was that movie called The Full Monty about the average working guys that put together a Chip and Dale show to raise some money to help this guy get his son back.
back.
What?
That was one of the theme songs. Was "Let It Go, Let It Go."
Let it go, let it go.
I haven't seen that.
It's a great movie. It's an old movie, but you love it. I tell you, when I
I've heard about the Full Monty, but I don't remember that.
and then they did a theater production of it. I went to see it here, and I knew one of the guys in it. And after I saw him another time, I was like, "Did y'all really do the Full Monty at the end?" He goes, "We really did. Really did." And I'm like standing there, That's the Full Monty.
Is that what that means?
Yes. Hilarious movie. And it was like average guys that were not buff. Like one of them, he was like trying to wrap cellophane around his midsection to reduce it, and then he'd sit there and eat a candy bar. It was just so cute to see men, about their bodies.
You know what, men? A group of men is worse than a group of women.
Yeah.
It's because they're self-centered or thinking about themselves and how they mount up. Just like what you said earlier about comparing themselves to what other people have. But the thing is, it's just not to give a shit, that we're all on the same playing field, so to speak.
Collecting all the toys and I work around a group of about 8 men, range in age from 30s to mid-40s. And it's so refreshing. I mean, it's very different than offices I've been in before. And I'll overhear them, and they talk about recipes. They talk about clothing items that they like or don't like. They talk about their wives and their kids. All good. They're all. But it's so interesting to hear how guys talk amongst themselves.
It's different, right?
It is, and it's
yeah, because you would think that it's, but they're just as like Uber and not what you think.
And they really talk about a lot of the same things women talk about. Their emotions. They talk about a lot about food, what they like or don't like, and I'll find recipes printed off on the printer.
Oh.
They talk. One of them was talking about sharing a meatloaf recipe and how they like their meatloaf and stuff like that. And I'm sort of separate from them, but I can hear them, and I always get tickled, when I hear them with their little chitter chatter. It's like.
No, it is different. You would not think that's how they are.
Right.
So, yeah.
And they like to carry tales. There's one of them that you don't tell him anything that you want repeated because he is the worst gossip.
Oh God!
And he looks for stuff to spread. So
that's bad.
That is bad. And he's one of the higher ups, so it makes it worse. So I have the Devil and the 2 of Rods for Sag. You have manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Sag.
What is this? Choices?
To have the affair or not have the affair.
I know. I was thinking the whole trio situation. Looks like Sag wants the devil.
Well, and Sag loves to be free. They want their freedom.
Mhm.
So affairs suit them. Affairs suit them. And I don't mean that as a blanket statement for every Sag, but
Right,
Sag is
right.
ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the archer who, is an educator and spreads information, and they're free. They're free to circulate. And the devil could be, there's three people already involved, and two of rods. I don't know. That might be trying to find balance in an imbalanced situation.
Well, they're holding on to one thing and they're leaving. They have to make a choice.
That's kind of tough.
Hmm.
But with manifestation, it's evidently something that they
Well,
they created.
could be a work situation too for some.
Do I move and take the promotion?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
that's a
don't
trick.
know. The devil kind of makes it that interesting challenge for Sag.
Yeah, but there's no wrong choices
Right.
because next we have Capricorn and they're obviously a devil in disguise.
That was a good song, Devil in Disguise. Oh, I got another two dropped out. This is great, Capricorn. This is the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Rods.
Oh, okay, I got new beginnings, so that's a one.
So you get the best spread so far of the night. Oops.
Well, I'll take it. Being a Capricorn sun.
Divine intervention with a positive prosperity in business.
Mm-hmm. 111. That's good. Well, I'm ready. Hello.
Just to receive, right?
Mm-hmm. And look, that person's looking down at that pentacle. What did I say about looking
Yeah.
down?
I'd be looking down the next few days on the ground for sure.
Yeah.
Please let me know if you find money on the ground.
Yeah, I know. You too.
So Capricorn, you get the winning hand so far tonight.
Yeah, well, so far we still have Aquarius and Pisces. So
Yeah, Aquarius with the eclipse, that can go any old way because that is unpredictable for sure.
mm-hmm.
Aquarius eclipse for Aquarius. I would say major change. And this is the Lover's card.
Okay, so I have environment.
44.
So yeah, this could be money. It could be love and their surroundings. It could mean stability in the home.
It feels good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels like home vibes, to be honest. And feeling stable.
And Aquarius is just quirky enough, to like this kind of energy from the energies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so overall it's actually pretty good. Yeah.
I like it. I don't know. Aquarius and Capricorn, that's close.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have Pisces, so let's see. What Pisces?
I keep getting twos falling out. So for Pisces, I got the Nine of Swords and Five of Pentacles.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not good.
That's not all that fun, Pisces.
Yeah, I have follow your dreams.
And Pisces can be a dreamer, but this
Mhm.
energy is like they're not getting what they're dreaming of or something.
Yeah, maybe they have been following their dreams, but it's not what it's, like you were saying, like maybe they're doing their dreams, but it's not coming fast enough. Maybe it
Yeah,
hasn't manifested, and it's actually feeling of the direct opposite of what they want it to be.
right.
Hmm. I need to ask. My brother just took his test for nursing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that was last week, but I didn't ask him how he did, and my family members didn't say nothing. So I don't know.
It
Maybe he
might
didn't.
take a while to get results, right? Doesn't it?
Yeah, but like when you take the test, you at least get a feeling like
Right.
I did well. You feel confident.
Oh,
Mm, I don't know. It was kind of hard, So, but I need to ask my brother how he felt about that exam that you did, because I think they do like the clinical and then they do a written.
yeah.
Um,
I'm sure he did fine.
not sure. Well, if it was like, I think I would hear something, but my family's really bad at communicating too. So yeah. But yeah, so that's it.
Yes, so Capricorn and Aquarius kind of have it going on for this eclipse.
Yay! I'm happy.
Yeah,
It does seem like a challenge, to be honest, because like to your point, my energy is all over the place. Like I'm really trying to focus on the task at hand, but I got, like what you said, like so much going on. It's like picking and choosing like what would be the best.
choosing
You
your
know,
battles.
yeah.
So it's been a very exhaustive energy, I think.
I would say so because I've been going to bed earlier than normal lately. But I don't know if it's the change in weather or knowing that I have a lot to do, so I need to go to bed and then get up earlier. I don't know.
I've read like physically these kinds of energies are they're heavy and tiresome. So maybe it is just these shifts in energies and we're reacting by needing more rest.
Who got time for that when you got like a tall list of things to do? And that could be my detriment with that Virgo moon coming up, like that lunar eclipse. Like
Yeah.
my list. I can't get my list done.
Your list of lists.
Yeah. But we'll see. We won't know until we get there.
Well, we'll talk about what you want to do. If you want to do another Tuesday night or after, you just
um well, the next moon you said was on
March
the
3rd.
Oh, it's a Tuesday.
I know.
I think. Well, how did you feel today? Was it like okay with your schedule? Well, I know that it was. We made time for it today, but how did you feel about doing it today?
Fine.
Okay.
I mean, I'm trying. I try to be adaptable and easy to get along with.
Okay.
I
Well,
think
I
I
think we can do it, but if you think that we can push it off, I'm very open to that too.
Well,
So,
do you like
I'll leave it up
Friday
to you.
nights better or
For me, Friday is like it's Friday and I want to just relax, you know. But we can play it by ear. If Friday is a better time for you, I'm willing to compromise. How's that? Like,
so I'm going to put it on the 3rd, that Tuesday, with a question mark.
okay.
And as we
Okay.
get closer, we can
Mm-hmm.
see what we think. How about that?
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah.
I feel about Sunday nights the way you feel about Friday nights. Like if we did something like Sunday
Mm-hmm.
before the full moon,
So do you want
lunar
to do it on
eclipse.
Sunday?
Well, that's what I mean.
Because
Do we want to be ahead going into it, on it, or a couple of days after it? It's a full moon lunar eclipse, so it's going to have a lingering
it
sort
might
of.
get a little it might get a little hectic on the day of, right? With that
Right.
lunar eclipse. So you want to do it on Sunday?
Like
Friday, far away from it when everything's all said and done.
well, let's sleep on it. How about that?
Okay, yeah.
Let's
So-
sleep on it and let spirit move us to the right answer.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. And you get some nourishment and rest, and I appreciate your time and everybody else's time. And we will just ride the vibe.
Sounds good.
All
And
right.
if anybody would like to book a reading with Sunny, you can head on over to linemountainhealing.com and she can do your chart for you to keep you up to date. So, yeah, especially around these times.
Yes. Interesting times. I feel like I've been saying that for 10 years or 5 years. It's 2020. Interesting times. But yeah. All right.
Everything's interesting.
I'm going to go take care of my puppy dogs.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And we'll see you next time. Thank you
All
for
right.
being here with us.
All right. Thank you and take care. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Okay. All right. Bye bye.